you have made it to the halfway point in research and writing. Next week is our semester break. And so this week, you're going to give it a really good effort so that next week you can maybe relax a little bit, right? Either that or you'll be working on your rough draft for this course, right? So what's going to happen this week, this is a very important unit because in this unit, I talk about how to avoid plagiarism. What is plagiarism and how to avoid plagiarism? How to correctly incorporate source material into your paper. I will not accept on rough drafts and final papers the excuse, I didn't know that that was plagiarism, because after you complete this unit, there's no way that you can say, I don't know what plagiarism is, or I don't know how to avoid plagiarism, because I go into a lot of detail on that. In fact, there's some videos, you'll laugh when you see some of them because they're from several years ago, a few pounds ago, and when I still had straight hair. And but the videos, the content of the videos is still important. And so you're going to want to watch all of those videos. I'm not giving you, quote, a quiz on the videos. Why? Because the quiz will be when you can turn in a correctly formatted paper and you can synthesize the source material into a coherent set of writing that you show me that you're not directly copying from somebody else. And so one way to avoid plagiarism is to learn how to paraphrase well. And so some of the video explanations in this unit deal with how to paraphrase. So you will be completing a paraphrase exercise where you will paraphrase. I'll give you a source paragraph, and you have to submit what you believe is a well-written paraphrase of that. So listening to the information is important. And then there will be a quiz on Chapter 25 in Turabian. Chapter 25, I do not have a handout for because it's very similar to another handout that you're going to have. But you will be taking a quiz on the material in Chapter 25. Again, make sure that you've read the material carefully in Chapter 25 and that you're prepared. And then by the end of this unit, by Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Central Time, you're going to be submitting a document that has 3 parts to it, actually 4. You're going to submit your research question, which you chose way back in Unit 3. You're going to submit your thesis statement, which you wrote and submitted on a discussion board, either in Unit 4 or 5. I can't remember what unit. And that's just so it reminds you of your research topic, and it lets me know that you're confirmed with your topic and you're ready to go forward with your paper. Then you're going to turn in an outline. And that outline is going to be based on the information from a couple of units back when you looked at the different forms of outlines. And you will be submitting your outline, your preliminary outline for your topic. And when I say preliminary, I recognize that sometimes as we do more research, things might change slightly in the direction of our research. So I expect by the time you write your final paper that your outline might change a little bit, may not, but it might. But the outline that you turn in at the end of this unit should let me know that you're already doing research and you have some idea about the issues related to your topic. So minimally, I mean, a very basic outline would be, number 1 is going to be introduction. Section last is going to be conclusion. So let's say that for the body of your paper, you're going to have 2 main sections, arguments against something and arguments for something. And so section 2 might be arguments for or arguments against eternal security. Let's say that you chose the topic on, can a person lose his or her salvation? That question is about the eternal security of the believer. So section 2 might be arguments against eternal security. You have to have 2 subpoints under that, and they have to be specific subpoints. So perhaps you're organizing it according to scripture passages, then 2 of the subpoints would be 2 passages that you've selected that people who believe salvation can be lost, they believe that these certain passages justify loss of salvation. Then section 3 might be arguments for eternal security. You always want to have as your last argument the side that you're taking. And you might have, again, minimally 2 verses listed under there. You can have more than 2 subpoints, but the minimum is 2. It just lets me know that you've actually started thinking about issues related to your topic. So you're going to turn in your research question, your thesis statement, a preliminary outline, and then the 4th item you're going to be submitting is your preliminary bibliography. And you need to have a minimum of 10 sources that you believe will be helpful to you in your paper, and they need to be cited correctly according to Turabian. I think a good way to turn this in would be to have your question, your research question, your thesis statement at the top of one page, and underneath that you can have your outline. And then on another page, you can have your bibliography with your 10 or more sources, possible sources for your research paper. Make sure they're sources that you actually could get. You know, if you look up a source and the only libraries in the world that have this book are in Jerusalem and Alexandria, Egypt, you probably don't want to put that book on your bibliography because you aren't going to be able to get it, right? So make sure that it's books that you've either already asked for from our library and have received, that they're commentaries you already have, they're articles that you've downloaded, reputable articles that you've downloaded from the internet, or from our library EBSCOhost database. So all that's due this week. Again, we're moving towards getting that final paper written. But get this work done, and then next week you won't have any work due because it's spring break or fall break. I think whatever, it's semester break. And you can be working on your rough draft between your relaxing time on your break. All right, I'll see you after break. Bye.